Hey everyone, we're going to do a quick video of the week 4 assessment. So when you navigate to the week 4 assessment, you can see all of the steps that we're going to be doing. You'll also find the worksheet right here. You're going to want to click and download it and open it up in Microsoft Word. So where it says save each step of your process in the file, duplicating the shapes as you go, that's where you're going to draw your squares, make a copy, then make them shorter, then make a copy. Then start to skew them, then make a copy, then rotate them, and then put the square together. So those are the steps that we are going to follow. First, what we need to do is create an 8.5 by 11. So let's click on letter right there and open that up. And if you haven't already, you might need to go into your preferences and change the units and increments from points to inches. It'll just make your life a whole lot easier. Then we're going to look at our first step, or a second step actually. Create 3 squares that are 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Now the easiest way to do this, and knowing that I don't want to have a stroke on these and I want them to be 3 different colors, will be to first off take the stroke off and start with our first color. So I'm just going to pull up the color guide and I'll start with this blue right here. And I'm going to go over to my rectangle tool and just click on the screen. And if you have to, type in 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches and hit OK. And we can just make a copy of that or bring that up here. Next, what you can do is make 2 copies of that square by doing edit copy, edit paste, or you can hold down on your keyboard either the Option key if you were on a Mac or the Alt key if you were on a PC. And just start to drag over. What you're going to want to do is let go with the mouse first, then let go of the keyboard, and do it again. Let go of the mouse, let go on the keyboard. And you can line these up nice and neat. So I'm going to just change the color of the other 2. So I have the 3 different shades. Then I'm going to grab all 3 again. You can see I'm on the selection tool and I'm just drawing a marquee. I'm going to hold down either Option or Alt, drag down, let go with the mouse, let go with the keyboard. And we're going to look and see what we have to do next. Next, we need to transform all the heights to 86.062%. The biggest thing here is remembering the percent sign, but we're going to leave the width intact. So I'm going to copy that and go over here, and I'm going to select all 3. Now, if you're not in Essentials Classic, which shows the properties panel right here, you can either go and change it to Essentials Classic, or you can go to Window and open up the properties panel. You'll want to make sure that it shows this lock with the slash through it, because we don't want to change the width, we only want to change the height. And we're going to select everything in that height box, including the inches, and make sure we have that percent sign in there so that way we don't accidentally make this 86 inches high, and just hit enter. And you can see it shrinks them, but the width stays intact. So we're going to select these 3 again. Again, hold down Option or Alt, click and drag down, let go with your mouse, let go of the keyboard. And next what we're going to do is we're going to shear the first square to negative 30 degrees. We're on number 5 already. So just with the black arrow tool or the selection tool, click on the first square. We're going to go up to Object, Transform, go to Shear, and we need it to be negative 30 degrees, and then just hit enter. And if it's running into the other square, you can just move it over. And then square 2 and square 3 are going to be 30 degrees sheared. So I'm going to do an Object, Transform, Shear, change it to 30 degrees. And the same thing for this one, Object, Transform, Shear, 30 degrees, and hit enter. And again, you can just move these ones over so they're not all overlapping each other. Again, with your black direct selection or selection tool, draw a marquee around them. Option or Alt key, click and drag down, let go with the mouse, let go with the keyboard. Next thing we are going to do is we're going to rotate the first two squares negative 30 degrees. And I'm going to do these individually. So the first square, object, transform, rotate, negative 30. And again, just kind of move it out of the way if you have to. This one is going to be negative 30 as well. Hit OK. And this one is going to be 30 degrees. Whoops, not reflect, cancel. Object, transform, rotate. There we go. 30 degrees. And double checking our example, we are now just going to take these three squares and we're going to copy them and put our cube together. So again, draw a marquee around them, Option or Alt, drag down, bring the left square over to be the left side. The center square is your top. The right square is the right side of your cube. Just place them all together and there you go.